Welcome everyone to Welcome to Spiritual Love Week. So this is going to be the kickoff video, just kind of introducing what Spiritual Love Week is, why I created it, how it all got started, and where all the magic is going to happen. So this is Savvy. You say hi?
Hi.
This is my soon-to-be 3-year-old, so she is joining me on Spiritual Love Week to introduce everything to you all. Have a seat, okay? So how this idea came about was actually because there were quite a few like unofficial holidays, and actually today, before we get started, is Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day, which I think is right on time, especially for this week. For those who may not have Valentines, I know right before I came on, Savvy got into this jar of it's pumpkin cuckoo hair twist, which I absolutely love. It's hair day for her. And so, yeah, most of it's now gone. But we're not crying over the things that we have lost anymore, period, point blank, because there's abundance all around us. There's always something to celebrate, to be happy about. And that's really what the premise of Spiritual Love Week is. It's no matter if you're in a relationship, if you're single, if you're trying to date, if you're not trying to date, if you're married, young, old, short, tall, everything else in between. You know, it's just really about letting everyone know what love is, that love exists, and it's not just exclusive to people in relationships or romantic love, which is something that we all seem to think about when we think about Valentine's Day, right? So, yeah, so that's kind of what Spiritual Love Week is all about. So how this kind of got started was I wanted to just really go on, especially during this week, because it is the week of Valentine's Day, and I'm just looking over here at my notes a little bit. So I just kind of wanted to just encourage and uplift and inspire women who might feel lonely. Yes, you did. She pushed the button and made it go live before I was ready. So she's happy about that, aren't you? You got to push the button? Yeah? So I just wanted to welcome you and invite you to join me in the Spiritual Love Circle, which is actually where a majority of Spiritual Love Week is taking place, just because within an intimate group, it's easier for you to be more vulnerable and real and express the things that you need to express so that you can be supported. So the link is in the description, and I'm just going to give like a run through of what you can expect. So today is day 1 of Spiritual Love Week. So right now I'm just going through the introduction and talking about why I created Spiritual Love Week. Joining into the Facebook group, the Spiritual Love Circle, because that is where all of the magic of Spiritual Love Week is going to happen. Peace, sis. How are you doing? I have some other speakers who will be joining in, sharing their insight and expertise. So it's really going to be awesome. We're going to do discussions together, separately. It's just really going to be a very just authentic expression of love in full force. So another thing that we're going to discuss is a little bit more about the energy of relationships and how, you know, kind of what happens when we connect with people. Good. It's good to see you also. I'm glad to hear that you're doing great. That's amazing. So I just kind of want to get people back to a place of love and knowing that love is spiritual, love is energy, and kind of reclaiming that, because love has seemed to been whitewashed or watered down over the years, where, you know, we feel like it's just lust, or that we have to settle because, you know, whatever grand idea we have of love isn't available to us, and that's just not the case. A lot of the work that I had to do for myself is what propels me to do the work that I'm doing now with others, having been in an abusive relationship and having to like piece myself back together, and just really reopen my heart to love, even after experiencing hurt and trauma and toxic, unhealthy relationships. So if I didn't give up on love, that means you can't either. And that's what Spiritual Love Week is all about, recognizing all the love. She said, hi, Savvy.
Hi.
recognizing all the love that surrounds us in our lives every day. Especially like as moms, you know, we have our children that we need to care for, but love really starts with self. And I think a lot of people skip over themselves because we're so busy trying to give our love to everybody else. And as a mom, of course I want to give love to my children, but I also need to give it to myself in order to have love to give, because if we're not filling up our cup, eventually it's going to run empty, and that's not good. So we always want to give, not even from our cup, but from our overflow, which means that we're taking care of ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally. We are taking care of ourselves so that we have enough overflow in our cup that we can give and serve, and it doesn't take away from us. So even if your cup is full and you're continually just giving out, you want to make sure that you have an overflow and abundance of love. Yes, flow. We got to be in flow, right? So the thing about it, right, and a lot of times we forget that, you know, we were created by God or divine source, spirit. Yes. And loving yourself is an act of like worship. It's like divine acknowledgement. So when you connect with yourself, you're bridging that spiritual connection with your creator, no matter however you choose to worship or say that. But it is an expression of love to God or whoever you choose to serve. And for me, I think that is very powerful, and that's why I say that love is indeed spiritual, because when you are loving yourself and you're pouring into yourself, you're not going to let just anybody come in to disrespect you or mistreat you or to give you anything less than what you deserve. So when we finish the end of this week, I want every queen to have her crown on and be ready, open, and expecting of love. So some of the different things that we're going to talk about is going to be things like sisterhood, co-parenting, healing, heartbreak, and forgiveness is a really big issue. We're going to talk about intimacy, our womb, and our yoni. So we are really going to go deep this week. Friday, I think it is, I'm going to be doing a live call so we can actually all get together, talk, share our insights and thoughts and feelings about Spiritual Love Week. I'm going to be doing a live tweet on Saturday, binge watching She's Gotta Have It on Netflix. I watched it when it first aired, and I really loved it. And that show is so controversial for so many different reasons, but I loved it. I love the cinematography. I love the empowerment and the real life issues that were brought to light in the series, as well as showing women at their full. My candle was getting a little too close to my flowers. Showing a woman who was fully in control of her sexuality, and that made so many people, men and women, uncomfortable to see a woman who had like 3 or 4, however many lovers she had. So that's definitely something that I would love to explore and talk about more as well. So again, this was just like a quick intro. I'll probably be back on later once the little one settles down a bit. But for now, you can join me in the Spiritual Love Circle. The link is in the bio, and we will continue the conversation on spiritual love. So please share. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again. Can you say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.